Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it out, this nigga 4-0 now. 4-0 now. 4-0 now. 4-0 now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, I'm serving beat, I'm more.
Yes. Come on, man. We're back, man. You know us, man. 3 times a day, consistency. Yeah, we're always with it. We're always here. We always show up. Listen, big news. You know I'm always first with the news. A lot of people they catch up late. A lot of your favorite YouTube content, football creators, they catch up late with the news. I'm always there when it happens. I'm always the first one there. Trust me. Yeah? We need Osimhen. We do need Osimhen. Trust me. But hear what I'm saying to you. Big news, man. Big news. You know we've been chasing the boy Mbuemo for a little minute now. But listen, we finally made the bids. Yeah? Finally. And you know I'm always first with the news. I'm always first with the news. Manchester United has offered a package worth more than 60 million to Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo. They wanted 60 million. That's what they wanted. And that's from Duncan Castles. He does a podcast every month. He's kind of reliable. And he's come out and said, we've made our bid. 60 million for Bryan Mbeumo. Team talk. That's got nothing to do with Duncan Castles, by the way. Manchester United are on the verge of sealing a full agreement to sign Bryan Mbeumo. You're hearing this? With significant progress made in talks. And then you've got Rudy Galletti, who is in Italy. This is sources from everywhere. Rudy Galletti's in Italy, and he's saying fresh, intense talks in recent hours between Man United and Brentford for Mbeumo have been very positive. The gap between the clubs now is almost closed. Listen, you thought that's all I got for you? That just them 3 sources. I've come in here and I'm putting that up. No, mate. So I'm giving you them 3 sources. Bam. Graham Bailey, another English journalist. Manchester United and Brentford are close to agreeing a fee for Bryan Mbeumo. United will pay over 60 million with a fee around this level, always assumed to be needed to convince Brentford to sell after seeing Cunha join for 62.5 million. Graham Bailey as well. And then you've got Anil Kandola, who works for TalkSport. And he's just come out from early. He came up from earlier on and said, from what I'm hearing, Bryan Mbeumo to Man United is close to being completed. An announcement should be made within a week. So this is 6 different people that don't even know each other all came out today and have said Bryan Mbeumo is very close to Manchester United. Yeah, I'll go back on it so that in case you missed it, you'll see a few people coming in. TalkSport, Anil Kandola's come out and said he's got news that Bryan Mbeumo is going to be complete next week. We've got Graham Bailey, and I made sure I put the time at the bottom. Look at the time of that tweet at the bottom. That's 5:50. What time is it right now? It's 9:06. Manchester United and Brentford are close to agreeing a fee for Brentford, Bryan Mbeumo. United will pay over 60 million with a fee around this level, always assumed to be needed to convince Brentford to sell after seeing Cunha join for 62.5 million. So that's from Graham Bailey and Anil Kandola that works for TalkSport. And then you've got Duncan Castles, who does a podcast every single month. He does a podcast. He doesn't come out and tweet every day. He doesn't need the engagement. He's not that type of guy. He just comes out with a podcast every month and says what's going on. He came out today and said Manchester United has offered a package worth more than 60 million to Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo. You've got Team Talk that says Manchester United are on the verge of sealing a full agreement to sign Bryan Mbeumo, with significant progress made in talks with Brentford today. And then you've got Rudy Galletti and Valentin Ferlin. Fresh, intense talks in recent hours between Manchester United, Brentford. Very positive. The gap between the clubs is now almost closed. So this is 5 different sources today. 5 different sources have just came out and said Bryan Mbeumo to Manchester United is close. This is all today, not yesterday's, not last week's, all today. So a second bid must be in, surely, or if something's going on. But yeah, man, it's good news. It's what we want to hear. It's not, Tottenham's put in a second bid, 70 million, bullshit, none of that. This is, we're close to signing Mbuemo. You understand? And this is from journalists all over the world, all over people that don't even know each other. So it's sounding very promising, very, very promising. It's a good day. And obviously I saw this article with Duncan Castles, because Duncan Castles is reliable. I saw the team talk. I don't really know about them. Rudy Galletti, he's been kind of reliable this transfer window, but the one that got me and made me convincing was Graham Bailey. When Graham Bailey came out with that literally 20 minutes ago, look at the time at the bottom, that's what made me know. And he's an English journalist. When he gets the news is coming around, Man United are close to agreeing a fee for Bryan Mbeumo. Will pay 60 million. Remember, that's the same number that Duncan Castles is saying. And Duncan Castles is not a journalist that tweets every day. He just does a podcast once a month. So this is two different journalists. And remember something, you lot, I'm always the first. I come out here every day, 3 times a day I come. I let you lot know what's going on. So if you ain't subscribed, you better subscribe, because I'm here daily with the Man United news, letting you lot know what's going on. Yeah, so hit the likes as well. Please, appreciate it. But yeah, man, this is big news. You understand? Like, we needed this. It was getting a bit quiet. It was getting a bit dull. We didn't know what. We're hearing stories about Tottenham, 70 million, etc. Listen, we're close to agreeing a fee with Brentford. And it's coming up from left, right, and centre. And that's what you want to see. We don't want to be seeing reports saying it might collapse, or we're not close at all, or it's getting toxic or whatever. No. All we're hearing is positive stuff today, which is finally happening. Once we get this out of the way and we sell some players, then we can buy a striker and we can move on. And then it's 1 for 1. Anthony goes, buy someone. Garnacho, buy, etc. But this seems like it's the one that needed to happen. At least if we got Mbuemo and Cunha, we can be a bit more confident going into the Arsenal game. Imagine just having Cunha going pre-season. Ruben's trying to put in his style. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's good. It's positive. Let me know what you lot think about it as well. If it's a good signing, etc. United, I want to Osimhen, Mbeumo, Emi Martinez, Edison, Roger Fernandez. This guy comes on every stream and says different names. Like, you're playing FIFA every single stream, bro. Temesgen. Every single time I come online, he comes and says like 20 names. What do you think about Mbuemo, Temesgen? That's what I want to hear. What do you think about Mbuemo? What do you think about Mbuemo, bro? What do you think about all of this news there? This is crazy. And I'm the one that's bossing you. Remember this. You're going to see it come out from bare different football YouTubers. They've probably got a bigger following than me, etc. You'll see it come out later. But I'm always first because I'm diligent with this. I'm trying to give everyone the tea from early. Yeah? All the Man United news, I'm so onto it differently. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm just going to summarize it. Graham Bailey, who is reliable, I could say, he's come out and basically said, we're going to pay 60 million, close to the 62 million, what we paid for Cunha. That's Anil Candola, who works for TalkSport. So that's another English outlet. He's saying, from what I'm hearing, he said this early as well. He said this like in the morning, and Anil Candola. From what I'm hearing, Mbuemo to Man United is close to being completed. When I saw that, I didn't even pay no interest. I was like, whatever, man, you're just talking. Graham Bailey's come out and said 60 million. We're going to pay the money. We're close to agreeing. And then Duncan Castles has come out and said the same thing. Man United have offered a package worth more than 60 million to Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo. Man United are on the verge. Look at these words. Look at these words, mate. You don't pay attention to these words. Man United are on the verge. Yeah? Man United and Mbeumo have been very positive. The gap between the clubs are now almost closed. This is big words, man. You got to take this in. So this is what's going on, man. Mbeumo, it's looking like we might get something from a bigger journalist later. Let's look out for David Ornstein, Fabrizio, etc. But for now, this is where the little ones earn their money. These ones will say what they're saying, and then after, you give it a few hours, bam, Fabrizio will come out with a bomb, here we go, etc. But yeah, man, that's what's going on right now. Mbuemo, we've offered 60 million. It's been verified by 2 different journalists. And the other ones are basically saying we're very close to agreeing a deal. So something's going on. Something's in the pipeline because Valentin Ferlin and Rudy Galetti are in Italy. Team talk, I don't know where they are. Duncan Castles does a podcast once a month. He's got no reason to lie or come with some jazz. And then you've got Graham Bailey. He's Graham Bailey. Like, he's just not going to... This is what I'm saying. It's just coming out from so much different places that there's no smoke without fire. And Neil Candola works for TalkSport. So something's brewing, isn't it? Something's brewing. Hopefully we can get a here we go today. Like, it's done. Do you understand? Like, it's fully done by later tonight. But the second bid seems like it's more or less in, and Brentford are going to accept it. So we're in good hands right now. I don't want to hear... The last thing you wanted to hear is something like, talks are breaking down. It's stalled. No one's moving. It's passive. Brentford 170 million. We're not going to go there, blah, blah, blah. So I'd rather the reports will come out and be positive than it come out and be negative. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy with these reports. You lot should be happy with these reports. And then hopefully by one of the top journalists, David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, one of them comes out soon and says, here we go. It's done. But it seems like it's very, very close from what I can see. From all of these journalists, it seems like it's very, very close. And there's not going to be 5 different journalists coming out and all talking about it at the same day, all saying it's close, all saying the same price, 60 million. It's on the verge. It's positive. It's almost closed for no reason. So, yeah, like I said, I hope one of the big journalists comes out later and says, here we go. But remember to come here. If you ain't subscribed, you got to subscribe because I'm giving you lot all the Man United news as soon as it happens. Do you understand? 3 times a day I come on here and do you understand? So yeah, man, that's what's going on anyway. Duncan Castle said 60 million. Graham Bailey said 60 million. Team Talks reported about it. Valentin Ferlin's reported about it. Rudy Galetti's reported about it. And Anil Candola has reported about it. And they're all saying, if you look at every single word in all of them, it says close, 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 close. That's all they're saying on every single one of them. We're close to agreeing a fee. 60 million. Yeah, it's just came out. Look at the time on the bottom of the Graham Bailey article, 550. So a lot of people haven't caught on yet. This is why it's probably quiet at the moment. But you're going to see later it's probably going to heat up and everyone's going to start talking about it, etc. But hopefully we can we can get this one through the door, and then I'm comfortable for that Arsenal game. To have Cunha and Mbuemo going on pre-season, Ruben implementing what he wants to implement on them, I'm happy with that. That's what I didn't want. I didn't want 1 or 2 of them to miss pre-season and then they come and then it gets to the Prem and then we're just lost. We're getting them in a bit late. No, we need to get players in now. Pre-season comes, we're all ready. But it's seeming promising. Hopefully we can just sell some players now because after Mbuemo's done, we need a striker. The only way we're getting a striker is if we sell some players. And that's what's seeming to be hard. So it's interesting to see what happens, man. But let me know what you lot think about this Mbuemo one, man. Let me know what you lot think, man. Do you lot think it's fake? Do you lot think it's real? Are you excited? What's going on? I'm excited about this one. We need Mbuemo. And the fact that it's coming from 5 different people, I'm so trust me. And you got to remember what happened with our transfers. The first day of the transfers, the transfer window opened, Cunha to Man United. 2nd of June, Mbuemo prefers Man United. 3rd of June, Bruno to Saudi. It went crazy for us. So now it's 2 weeks later. It's been dragging on, this Mbuemo deal. Everyone's getting scared. Tottenham's bid is 70 million. All of this bullshit. Do you understand? People, what's going on? Is it going to collapse? The Tottenham things keeps going in there every day because of Thomas Frank. Do you understand? So yeah, every day because of Thomas Frank, they keep linking it to Tottenham and Mbuemo. So to just finally just get it sealed, have that one in the bag, and then now we know we got to sell some players. We got Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, Anthony. Hopefully Casemiro can go and we get a proper midfielder. All of these things. But to have Mbuemo in the bag is positive. It's positive, like I'm saying. For those that just came in, I'm just going to give another summary of what just happened. Duncan Castle does a podcast every month, once a month. He doesn't do it every day. He's not one of these journalists that talks every day. He does it once a month. He's quite reliable. He was reliable with Ugarte. He came out today and he said, Manchester United has offered a package worth more than 60 million to Brentford for Bryan and Mbuemo. Then you have Team Talk. I don't really know who they are, but they've said basically Manchester United are on the verge of sealing a full agreement for Bryan and Mbuemo with significant progress made in talks. Them two don't know each other because I don't even know Team Talks. Then you've got Rudy Galletti. He's been kind of reliable in this transfer window. He said a lot of things. He's gone Brentford and Man United have been very positive, and the gap between the clubs is now almost closed. They will not sealed yet, but sources insist it's more likely to go through than fall apart. That's Rudy Galletti and Valentin Ferlin, yeah? And then just 20 minutes ago, maybe half an hour now, you had Graham Bailey, who talks about Man United every day, and other clubs as well. He doesn't just talk about Man United. Has made an article. Look at the time. It's at the bottom. 5:50, I took this. Manchester United and Brentford are close to agreeing a fee for Bryan and Mbeumo. United will pay over 60 million with a fee around this level, always assumed to be needed to convince Brentford to sell after seeing Cunha join for 62.5 million. So look at that. That's both of the English. This Brentford and Man United are both in England. Both of the English journalists have came out and said the exact fee. Graham Bailey's come and said 60 million. And then you've got Duncan Castles has come and said 60 million. Both of them have said we've offered 60 million and we're very close to agreeing a fee. And then you've got Anil Kandola, who works for TalkSport, and he's saying, from what I'm hearing, Mbuemo to Man United is close to being completed. But when he said that, I didn't think nothing of it. I thought, whatever, man, you're just talking. But now it makes sense. And when you add it all together, all the smoke, all today, you know, this ain't one's 2 days ago, one's a week ago. No, this is all today. Every single one of them. So, yeah, it's looking positive anyway. Yeah, there's no more Tottenham talks. Apparently, Brentford is already looking for a replacement. And Metz is a team in France. Winger. He's called Sheikh Sabali. And he's lined up to be the replacement for Mbuemo. So, yeah, it's seeming positive, man. It's seeming very positive. You get me? Like, this is a nice place to be in. To get Mbuemo down the line is perfect. Good evening, back to you. Come on. But, yeah, to get Mbuemo over the line, Cunha, and then now we got to sell and then get a striker is crazy. We're finally in this position. And knowing that we're in this position and we finished 15th is crazy. It's madness. But the second bid's been made. So let's just wait and see what happens. Hopefully one of the top journalists comes out soon and just says, it's done. It's done. Fabrizio Romano or David Hornstein comes out. That's the main two. But remember, you got to respect all of these lot alone, man. Everyone puts in the work. So, yeah, man. What do you lot think about this, man? What do you lot think about Mbuemo to United? Do you lot believe it? What do you reckon? But let me just show you lot something that all 5 of these journalists don't have no connection to each other. All 5 of them. Literally. Duncan Castles, Team Talk, Valentin Ferlin, they're in Italy, Rudy Galletti, and then you've got Graham Bailey, who's in England, and then you've got Anil Kandola, who is on TalkSport. So that's TalkSport, Graham Bailey, Team Talk, Italy, Rudy Galletti and Valentin Ferlin and Duncan Castles. Duncan Castles does not tweet every day. Go on Twitter and type in Duncan Castles. He just does a podcast every month and talks about what's going on. That's a podcast. He's come out today and said this, 60 million to Brentford. Yeah? That's what's going on. Thanks for your updates. Come on, man. 3 times a day, man. 3 times a day. Updates. I'm always the first one to hit you lot up and let you lot know what's going on. Yeah, that's why all the other ones ain't caught up yet. So you're going to see soon the other bigger channels, because I'm new to this, you're going to see the bigger channels come and start talking about it. But if you want to get the quickest updates, come to me, bro. Subscribe, and you're going to get them all. I'm always hitting you lot up with what's going on, all Man United related news. I don't twerk for rivals, etc. Anything Man United, you can get it here 3 times a day, updated that day. I don't do yesterday's news, today's news. Yeah, so, yeah, man, like and subscribe, man. Man's putting in a shift, man. We got to keep United happy. We're all one. Do you know what I mean? We'll be back up soon, man. Trust me. The channel soon touch the top. Information we need on demand. Come on. King K, love. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, just to summarize, because there's a few of you lot in here now. Manchester United has offered a package worth more than 60 million to Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo. Duncan Castles was very reliable with the Ugarte news. When it was Ugarte to Man United, he was the guy that was giving us all the news. So I can vouch for him on that expense. I can't talk about other things. Team talk, I don't know them, but they're saying Man United are on the verge of sealing a full agreement to sign Mbuemo. We've made progress with Brentford, and that Brentford have already lined up their alternative, who is a Metz winger. Metz is in France. Cheek Sabali is lined up as the replacement. Then you've got Rudy Galletti, who is in Italy, and he's with Valentin Furling, and he's coming out and saying intense talks in recent hours between Man United and Brentford have been positive. The gap between clubs is now almost closed. Deal not sealed, but far more likely to go through than fall apart. That's from Rudy Galletti, who's in Italy. So Rudy Galletti is in Italy. Team talk, we don't know where they're from. Duncan Castles is from England, but he only puts out a podcast once a month, yeah? And then that's not it. And then you've got Graham Bailey, who is reliable. He talks about every club. Manchester United, and he's in England, sorry. Manchester United and Brentford are close to agreeing a fee for Bryan Mbuemo. United will pay over 60 million, the same 60 million I just spoke about with Duncan Castles, with a fee needed this level always assumed to be needed to convince Brentford to sell after seeing Cunha join for 62.5. So Graham Bailey and Duncan Castles, both in England, both reporting 60 million, both. Literally 60 million on that one, 60 million on this one. They're both in England and they're both like fairly reliable. I can vouch for them. Yeah, right. And then we've got Anil Candola, who came out with this earlier. He said, from what I'm hearing, Bryan Mbeumo to Man United is close to being completed. An announcement should be made within a week from now. He works for TalkSport. But when he said this, because it was earlier, I thought, whatever, man, you're just talking, whatever. There's no evidence, you're just saying what you're saying. And then now look at the stream of what just happened. Look at the Graham Bailey article here and look at the time it got posted. 5:50. Yeah, that's not even 40 minutes ago. So now I've put it all together. Like, wait a minute. Everyone's talking about Bryan Mbeumo coming to United. It's gone mad. There's like 5 different sources talking about it. And then the fee's coming out now. The fee is 60 million. It could go a bit more up with add-ons, but so it seems like it's very reliable. Like, you understand? And like I said, let's just wait for a bigger journalist to come. It seems like it's going to happen, but let's wait for the David Ornstein or Fabrizio to come and then just verify it, and then it's done. And then I hope that's just wrapped up now. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's just getting nervous. And then I'll talk about some more news as well. Cunha, Samuel Lockhurst, who is a reliable Manchester United source. He only speaks for Man United. I said, Marcus Rashford is expected to have his number 10 shirt revoked, with it set to be reassigned to Matheus Cunha. So I was hearing things about this. Remember, they was talking about this before, saying when Cunha has demanded that he wants the number 10 shirt, I've got nothing wrong with that. But it's a bit awkward if Rashford stays, even though I can't see it happening, and you got another geezer wearing a shirt number. It's a bit mad, isn't it? So yeah, that's more news from a Man United source. Then you got Rashford. He's still optimistic about joining Barcelona on loan. However, the club prefers to wait and decide later after other priorities. They want Nico Williams. They've agreed personal terms with Nico Williams today. They don't want Rashford. They went for Luis Diaz first. Liverpool said he's not for sale. Now they want Nico Williams, and they've agreed personal terms. He plays in their league. He's Yamal's best friend. It's not going to happen. Let's be real. Unless he's going to be a backup to Lewandowski, what is going on? And you got to remember as well, Barcelona came out first and said, we want Rashford, but only on loan. We ain't got no money. Bro, now they've got money to buy Nico Williams. His release clause is 58 million euros. This is what I'm saying. No one cares about our players. They're always bottom barrel. Look at Garnacho. Chelsea wanted him in January. Now they want Gittins, or they want Malik Fofana. He's bottom barrel. This is what's happening to us, man. Like, no one wants our players, bro. It's crazy. And then we got Napoli who are in negotiations with Torino for Vanja Milinkovic-Savic for 18 million transfer fee. Talks took place today as Napoli want to anticipate Manchester United and more clubs keen. This is from the big dog, Fabrizio. So we're into him. We want him. This keeper, if Onana goes, he's meant to be a good keeper. He's 6'8" or something like that. He used to play for our academy as well, apparently. And yeah, Napoli want to wrap it up quickly because they know we can't buy no keeper right now. And then it's come out that Amarin's first choice is Diogo Costa if we replace Onana. But Diogo Costa, the only real game I've seen him is when we played against Porto in the Europa, and he had a clanger. He literally threw the ball in the net twice. So I've got a bad review on him. I've seen him for Portugal. He's looked a bit alright. He's good with his feet, but I don't know, man. I don't know about him. I wouldn't put my money on him. If I could pick keepers, I wouldn't pick him. And then we got Osimhen. Oh, look at that. We got Osimhen, the big dog. That's my number one striker, and it's come out. Manchester United are not in the race to sign Victor Osimhen as the player won't significantly adjust his wage demands. He doesn't want a reduction should his team not play in Champions League football, which doesn't suit Manchester United. So he's basically trying to be bougie, where it's like, you're not playing in Champions League football, you should afford me type of thing. I'm doing you a favor if I'm coming there, basically what he's saying. If you're not playing in Champions League football, I'm not taking no wage, it's my wage, I'm not adjusting it. So I'm doing you a favor. So it seems unreliable. We're not going to pay him that money. We're not in Champions League. We haven't got the money to pay him like that. It's not going to happen, which is a blow because that's my number one. Out of all the strikers, I'd rather Osimhen come. And then it says from Ekrem Kona, Tottenham and Man United remain in the race for Bournemouth's Anton Semenyo. Liverpool are also keeping an eye on the forward. I think we're just linked with him in case Mbuemo went left, or to just have a little bargaining power. Not make it look like we're all in for Mbeumo. We're putting out leaks. We'll go for Eze. We'll go for Semenyo. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got other players, Tyler Diblin. So you got to put that out there that you're into other players so that they think in the back of their head, they've got other options as well. They could just go for them. So yeah, man. So that's the news. I'm just going to summarize it again. The main news, Mbuemo is close to joining Manchester United. Yeah? We've offered a package for 60 million. It's been reported now from 5 different journalists that we're very close. Duncan Castle says we've offered 60 million for Mbuemo. Team Talk says we're on the verge of sealing a full agreement. Rudy Galletti, who is in Italy, no link whatsoever, is saying in recent hours, it's been very positive talks and the clubs are now close to an agreement. And then we've got Graham Bailey saying Manchester United and Brentford are close to agreeing a fee for Bryan and Mbuemo. United will pay over 60 million with a fee around this level, always assumed to be needed to convince Brentford to sell after seeing Cunha join for 62 million. They've always said from the start, we want the same money as Cunha. We want the Cunha money. That was their valuation. And then we got Anil Kandola, who works on TalkSport. And he's come out and said, from what I'm hearing, Bryan and Mbeumo to Man United is close to being completed. An announcement should be made within a week from now. And he said that earlier. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm thinking, whatever. You're not even saying anything right now. But looking at all of it together, and even if you look at Graham Bailey, that one there, look, it just got posted at 550. The most recent, it seems like we're very close to signing Mbeumo. And we've put in our second bid, which is meant to be £60 million. And probably a bit more on add-ons, and they're going to accept. Let's just hope that this is 100% true. We'll wait for one of the big dogs to come out and say what's going on. David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, but I'll be back on at 9 o'clock per usual, and I'm updating you on whatever. But for yours that are here, I'm on every day, 3 times a day, updating you with the Man United news. Yeah, I don't miss a thing. I don't miss a beat. Some of your bigger channels, they miss a beat, they're comfortable. I'm here, I'm grafting, I'm uploading, I'm letting you know what's going on at all times. So like and subscribe. Yeah, 9 o'clock I'll be back. Hopefully we've got a bomber by then by one of the big journalists. But yeah, hopefully we've got Mbeumo, man. That's a top signing. In a bit.
Got some more celebs, pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more